Alright, let's do this. Picture Britain, what springs to mind? Queuing politely, complaining about the weather, warm beer, yeah, all spot on. World-dominating basketball powerhouse? Not so much. See, Britain's relationship with basketball is like its relationship with good weather. We hear it exists, somewhere for other people, but it's not something we experience firsthand. We're talking about a country where football, rugby, and cricket reign supreme. Even darts and snooker get more airtime than basketball. It's like trying to find a decent bagel in London, technically possible, but you'll probably give up and settle for a disappointing sandwich. Don't get me wrong, we're not completely clueless when it comes to round, bouncy objects. We invented tennis for crying out loud, but somehow, that whole throwing a ball through a hoop thing never quite caught on. It's baffling really. So why is Britain so tragically unhip to the hardwood hustle? Well, grab a cuppa and settle in, because we've got a lot to unpack. Let's talk numbers, shall we? Because nothing screams sporting success like a dismal world ranking. As of 2025, Great Britain sits at a paltry, insert hilariously low FIBA ranking here, in the world. Let that sink in for a moment. We're being outplayed by countries you could probably not even locate on a map. Places where basketball is less a national sport and more a casual pastime, enjoyed while waiting for the paint to dry. And look, I get it. We're a nation with a long and storied history of, well, not being very good at basketball. But at this point, it's getting embarrassing. We're the awkward kid at the school dance, standing alone in the corner, desperately hoping no one notices our two left feet. Adding insult to injury are our continental comrades. You see, it's not like basketball is some exotic foreign language spoken only in far-flung corners of the globe. Our European neighbors seem to have cracked the code. Spain, France, Germany, they're all out there, draining threes and throwing down thunderous dunks, while we're stuck practicing our free throws in dimly lit community centers. These countries have figured out that basketball isn't just a sport, it's a culture. They've invested in grassroots programs, built world-class facilities, and nurtured homegrown talent. Meanwhile, we're stuck with a league that's about as popular as a vegan sausage roll at a rugby match. Section 4. Excuse my brick, old boy. Now I can hear the excuses already. Basketball's too American, some might say, clutching their PG tips like a security blanket. It'll never catch on here. First of all, newsflash, we embrace plenty of American things. Hollywood blockbusters, fast food chains, the entire discography of Beyoncé. We're not exactly averse to a bit of Yankee Doodle influence. Others might point to the supposed lack of athleticism in the British gene pool. As if our DNA is hardwired for cricket and utterly incapable of producing a decent crossover dribble. This, my friends, is utter rubbish. We've got athletes excelling in sports all over the world. Why not basketball? Section 5. Funding fumbles and hoop dreams deferred. The truth is, British basketball's biggest obstacle isn't a lack of talent or passion. It's a chronic lack of funding and support. The government treats basketball like that weird distant relative you try to avoid at family gatherings, ignored, underfunded, and generally left to fend for itself. This lack of investment trickles down to every level of the game. Our best young players are often forced to choose between pursuing their hoop dreams and, eating and paying rent. Coaching is patchy at best, facilities are often subpar, and don't even get me started on the state of media coverage. But hey, it's not all doom and gloom. There are glimmers of hope, flickering flames of basketball passion waiting to be fanned into a roaring inferno. We've got talented players, dedicated coaches, and a growing fan base eager to see British basketball finally reach its potential. What we need now is action, investment, a commitment from those in charge to finally take basketball seriously. Who knows? Maybe one day, years from now, when people picture Britain, they'll envision more than just tea and crumpets. They'll see a nation of ballers, a country that dunks on expectations and drains threes with the best of them. It's a long shot, sure, but hey, stranger things have happened. Right?